In the fall of 2008, a quiet hotel just outside a small town in the Midwest experienced a tragedy that nobody could forget. A traveling salesman checked into room 217 on a rainy Tuesday evening. The next morning, housekeeping found him dead. The death was ruled a suicide. After the authorities completed their investigation, the room was cleaned and reopened, but something wasn't right. The first guest assigned to room 217 checked out before sunrise. He looked exhausted. "I don't want a refund," he told the front desk. "Just don't ever put me in that room again." When asked why, he simply replied, "It felt like somebody was standing over my bed all night." A week later, another guest requested a room change, then another, then another. Every story sounded strangely similar. Nobody reported seeing a ghost. Nobody claimed to witness anything supernatural. Instead, they described an overwhelming feeling of terror, a suffocating heaviness, an oppressive darkness. Several guests said they woke suddenly between 2 and 3 a.m., unable to shake the feeling that someone was watching them. One woman left the room in tears. A truck driver slept in his pickup truck rather than spend another minute inside. The hotel manager began offering other rooms whenever possible. Soon, word spread among the employees. Housekeepers started refusing to clean room 217 alone. One elderly woman who had worked there for nearly 20 years claimed she heard whispering while changing the sheets. Another said she felt sudden panic every time she crossed the doorway. The room looked normal. Everything worked perfectly. Yet nobody wanted to be inside it. Months passed. Room 217 became a source of fear throughout the hotel. Finally, one evening, several members of the cleaning staff decided something had to be done. Most were church-going Christians. They believed prayer could bring peace where fear had taken hold. After their shift ended, 6 employees gathered outside the room. The hallway was silent. One woman carried a Bible. Another quietly hummed an old church hymn. Together, they entered the room. The moment they stepped inside, several later admitted they felt the same heaviness everyone else had described. The air seemed thick, uncomfortable, wrong. They joined hands. The oldest housekeeper opened her Bible and read Psalm 23, then Psalm 91. As they prayed, they asked God to bring peace to the room. They prayed for the man who had died there. They prayed for future guests, and they rebuked every spirit of fear in the name of Jesus Christ. For nearly 30 minutes, their voices echoed through the empty room. Then something changed. One woman later said it felt as though a weight had suddenly lifted. Another described it as opening a window after months in a stuffy house. The fear vanished. The heaviness disappeared. The room felt normal. For the first time in months, they felt peace. The employees left that night, convinced something had happened. Management reopened the room. Days passed, no complaints. Weeks passed, no requests to change rooms. Months passed, nothing. Guests slept peacefully. Housekeepers cleaned without fear. The strange stories stopped completely. To this day, some of those employees remain convinced that prayer changed the atmosphere of room 217. Skeptics may offer other explanations, but those who stood inside that room that night never forgot what happened, because whatever had been haunting that place was gone, and it never returned. Whether the darkness was spiritual, emotional, or something we cannot explain, one thing is certain. Fear ruled that room until a group of ordinary believers chose to pray.